Can you see the vessel?
Whoa,
Are you inside the vessel?
I'm inside the vessel now.
This is a really cool view that Wayne has been interested in exploring for a while.
This 3D immersive environment, I can now just say, like, we're in the aorta right here. Up here is a celiac artery. Here is the renal arteries, and I see it in 3 dimensions from the immersive. But I also have this as kind of a roadmap. So then I can then say, oh, here's the renal artery, here's the whatever celiac, and here's the catheter. So I'll watch it in here, but also see it from inside, and it gives me a perspective and the ability to select the vessels that you definitely can't do with current angiography. Like, it just, your perspective of where you are is 100% improved.
Oh, there it is. It's coming at me.
I'm gonna hit you with my catheter.
And it's great because I can hear the fact that I can hear it moving, and I can obviously see it, but then I can hear it moving is really interesting. And I actually have control over this too. So, wait, I can change the lighting with the mini map? Hold on, am I actually moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me explain. So that was actually an accident, but it's really cool.
I can change the lighting in this whole cavern here. That's wow. Okay, and this is a 3D print of this part of a body. So this is happening in a 3D printed plastic, somewhat like plastic sort of thing.
Exactly.
Okay, but this is a real robot, and that you actually got it up there, and that while I see all this virtually, this is all being mapped one-to-one to two physical things: a physical 3D map of a heart, a robot with a physical catheter attached to a long arm, or the catheter is a long arm or something. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, the catheter is itself a long arm, and the robot's just pushing the catheter in and out and rotating. I saw Wayne do a procedure once where he was using X-rays and in the operating room, and he had to deliver chemotherapy. And so what he did is he put his catheter in the patient, and then he selected one of the vessels. So he put the tip of the catheter in a vessel so it was as close to the cancer as possible. And then he sent chemotherapy through the catheter into that vessel to treat the cancer. And so that just kind of gives you a perspective on how important this procedure is and how important it is to like select the right vessel and go as deep as you can within the vessel to perform a treatment like that, so you can target the chemotherapy and get it like as close to the cancer as possible. And then there's a bunch of other procedures that Wayne does with the same catheter and tool.
You do an MRI or a CAT scan. This model and this image is based on a CAT scan. So any patient, and even an angiogram, any patient would get their imaging done before our surgeries, and then we would have the patient's actual anatomy as both the mini map and the submersive virtual environment.
Wow.
So even though this is being done in a 3D printed model, but it originated from a person's CAT scan. And if we were really to do a surgery, we would have their CAT scan, we would have this mini map of their vessels, and we would have this immersive environment of their vessels. Bigger vision, we would supplant a lot of X-ray exposure that we need to do these procedures, because we would have all the imaging data right here to work in without doing more X-rays. All the treatments, like if someone's bleeding to death and from this artery supplies your liver, and you had a car accident and they were bleeding from here, I can put these catheters down in here and inject like a foam or a coil and stop that bleeding is another thing we do. Or if there's cancers, like Ryan said, we can get out to them and inject radiation or chemotherapy. It's a whole bunch of different things we can get to in the body by virtue of coming up these highways that are the vessels.
But it's a lot harder to have a cool disco party normally. But you can have that here.
We usually have a lot of music playing. That would actually
Okay, well then I was not as wrong as I expected to be.
Yeah,
the fact to
no
do
problem.
this kind of thing, like in a teaching environment or with nurses and techs and other doctors, like to be in this the metaverse with the interactions that Pluto allows is fantastic. Because if I were teaching my fellow or whatever, and I'm like, just move your catheter, you're going to be right here, so move and turn to the left. It's really a whole different experience.
When trying to get someone to navigate a catheter inside a human body, you can't normally just be like, yeah, just go this way. Let me just go right here. Or actually, no, it's great. You'd be like, okay, so you want to go down here and take a left. If you've seen the red barn, you've gone too far. Turn back and turn right at the horse.
Exactly. I think that's an incredible point. That is so fundamental to communication. That's what it really boils down to. And having Pluto and this application running alongside of it enables that communication, which is just like changes everything.
Well, thanks so much for bringing me in here. My mind is blown, so I'm going to be processing this for a while. So really appreciate it. Okay, I'll give you your important medical tool back. This is the
aorta down.
Yeah, putting the aorta down. Putting it down. Okay, nice seeing you guys. Thanks so much for bringing me in, Ryan.